Yeah, I heard footsteps.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's Santa.
That is Santa. Santa's come early. Except with a piece of dog shit this time.
We voted so much shit this year.
Yeah.
It's our own fault, though.
Yeah, it is.
We're watching it, so.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we were talking about Tommy Wiseau's newest movie, Big Shark. His new directorial effort. The the master of the room, the master of the sitcom with his show Neighbors. And now he's back at it on the big screen with Big Shark Baby. How was that movie, Jordan?
God. It was terrible, dude.
It was bad.
I feel like I had a headache after watching it.
Me too.
It was just... We'll get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty with how we felt about it. But it was probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was definitely one of the worst things. And it's one of those things where there's like... we talked a lot about bad movies on here. And we just talked about like nothing happened.
Yeah.
But this one, like there was no script. I don't think there was a script.
No. I think he wrote down on a napkin...
Yep.
Maybe half of a sentence.
He wrote Big Shark.
He wrote Big Shark.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then didn't Greg produce it or something?
Yeah, and he has a writing credit too.
Okay, so he probably brought this to Greg, Big Shark. And Greg's like, okay, what about it? And he's like, just Big Shark.
Yeah, Big Shark.
Just Big Shark. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Big Shark. Okay. Is there anything else to it? No, just Big Shark.
Yeah.
No lines, no dialogue was written for this movie. It was just... Let's just go with the flow.
Exactly. And we saw this, like we said before in the last podcast, after The Room, and Greg Sestero introduced it. And this is what I think his writing credit was, is that he said he was in the car with Tommy Wiseau, and then Tommy Wiseau said, I want to make Big Shark movie.
Yeah.
We should write it. So they started writing it in the car.
Yeah.
They pulled up to a building. They were already filming then with Greg Sestero's script he just wrote in the car for like one scene.
Yeah.
They filmed it. And that was like the teaser trailer that's online that you can watch.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah. And it's just them at a bar partying, which is all that happens in the movie anyways.
Yeah.
And they step outside and Tommy Wiseau goes, look, water. And then water hits their fucking feet. And
Yeah, that's it.
it says Big Shark.
That's the trailer.
Your car's this way.
It's over this way.
How's your face feel?
Feels good.
Water, look at that.
Now, even I think like the main trailer on the website, or it's not on the website, on the IMDb or whatever, it has like all the shots in there, like has nothing to do with the movie.
Really? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's just like the boxing guys.
Oh, what?
So, yeah, so it shows like some shots around New Orleans, which is where it takes place, and then it's just shots of one of the characters who doesn't matter. This character, they could have just taken him out, and it would have been the same movie. He literally did not matter. He was some boxer, and that's it. That's all the trailer is. It's just two guys boxing, and then he gets knocked out. And I think the part where it shows the Big Shark is where Tommy and Greg are like running towards the camera or something, and it rolls around the corner.
God. So it doesn't show the boxer get eaten in the trailer?
No.
Because in the movie, isn't the boxer just a random person you don't even know? Like, I thought it was just like a cutaway to a shot. Or is it like a friend of theirs?
The boxer is a friend of one of the firefighters.
Okay.
So, since we said there's no plot, like there literally is, that's the plot. It's just a big shark wreaking havoc on people.
In New Orleans.
New Orleans. There's no other plot other than that.
Yeah.
It starts out with Tommy Wiseau, whose name is Patrick. I don't know the other two actors' names, but their characters is it Tim and Georgie?
Tim and Georgie, yeah.
Tim and Georgie, I think.
So they're all firefighters,
They're
right?
all firefighters in the beginning. They go into this fire and save kids from there.
Yeah, a couple kids.
A couple kids, and then they're considered like heroes. Right? Which, okay, that's not like hard to believe. Firefighters are heroes, but it's like when you see like the first part where you notice like, okay, this movie is already going downhill, and it's 5 minutes into the movie.
Oh, for sure.
It's already going downhill when they're doing like their hero ceremony or something like that.
That was rough to sit through.
I was like, this is just the beginning of the movie. Like we're 5-10 minutes in and it's already going downhill. It's so unscripted. It's just all improvised.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a ceremony for like their bravery,
Something like
but
that.
it looks like an LA movie premiere.
Yeah, it
and
does.
Tommy Wiseau, and they're all dressed up in like suits with like weird hats and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, aren't you guys firemen? Like, or just being congratulated? Like,
Yeah.
why is there a giant audience for you? And
Yeah.
for one house, like firefighters do this every day.
Yeah. And it has carries a lot of common themes between that and the room in terms of like nothing is synced up right in terms of the audio. Like they had to like re-record
It's worse
a lot
in
of
the
things.
room, I feel like.
It's worse in the room.
Yeah.
Like all that audio dubbing is worse in the room, but like there's shots where like the editing just it's just hard cuts where it's like people are clapping and then it cuts and then people aren't clapping, but then they start clapping again.
Yeah.
It's like the editing was just god awful.
It was horrible. And like at least in the room I can buy Tommy Wiseau as like a banker working behind the till, you know.
Yeah.
But in this one, he's a firefighter.
I don't buy a 65-year-old Tommy Wiseau being a firefighter.
He can
running
barely
into a
walk
building.
in this movie.
Yeah.
I will say at the fire scene, so it opens with them like saving those
Yeah.
kids. There's one shot of the house burning down, which looks really good.
I agree.
For no reason. It's like, why does that look so fucking good all
I'm
of a sudden?
telling you, they must have had a director of photography or a cameraman that like knew what they were doing. He got that shot, and then he got canned.
And then Tommy fired it. It looks too good.
Yeah, Tommy fired it.
Yeah.
It looks too good. And then they got someone else who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, because it's like the scenes of them inside the house, just horrible.
Yeah.
It's like Tommy's like busting down a door, and it's like when the movie started like that, I thought it was gonna be like, I was like, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it was just hilarious seeing Tommy as a firefighter.
Yeah.
He never fights another fire again for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's really even not even talked about him being a fireman. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, yeah. Other than like throughout the movie, they're like, "We're firefighters. We're heroes."
They're
And
just
it's
screaming that down the street.
like, yeah.
It's like there's no parallel between the beginning fire and the end or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe if they didn't save the kids at the end.
Yeah.
At the beginning, and then at the end, the big shark's gonna like eat two little kids, and it's their chance to like save the kids this time or something.
Right. Yeah.
But it just had nothing to do with anything.
It's
It was pointless.
it was the most pointless movie ever. I find.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so too. Like, ugh.
I wish I could repeat some of the lines for you, but like it's. I don't know other than like him singing Sophia, Sophia, like him singing his girlfriend's name.
Yeah, because Tommy Wiseau, he lives in a house with multiple people.
So him and his two firefighter buddies, they all live together.
Live
with
together.
Their girlfriends. Like,
Their girlfriends. Tommy Wiseau has like the hottest girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
She's in love with him. Like,
It's the most toxic relationship I've
it
ever
is
seen.
super toxic and like, just he's so ugly in this movie and so old. Like we and you both were like shocked at how bad he looked.
Oh,
in
it
this
was
movie.
like alarming. Like,
Yeah.
he looked deathly ill.
Paper thin eyelids.
Yeah.
His skull looked like it was gonna fall out of his skin.
He was always like kind of like hunched over a little bit, like hunched forward.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain.
And yeah, it looks like it was like really hard to like move his arms and legs.
Yeah,
Like,
for
it
sure.
looks like he would like it hurt.
Yeah, definitely. It was
You
like,
know,
and then I think about where does the shark come from in this movie?
it's a lake, a river.
Yeah,
Because they save the kids, they go through the ceremony, then they kind of show that there's a little bit of dispute in the house or whatever, and then he takes his beautiful girlfriend fishing, and which that was like kind of disturbing, just that whole scene where how he looks and
Tommy Wiseau doesn't fish. There's no
No.
way he's going out to the woods to like go
Yeah.
on a little fishing trip. It's not happening.
so he takes her out in a little boat in this little lake or whatever you want to call it, pond, river, whatever.
It's like a pond. It's like a storm drain pond.
Yeah, takes her out, starts fishing.
He's going,
and
Sophia, singing to her the whole time.
Yeah. No context whatsoever. She's sitting there in the boat, like sunbathing or whatever, and he's fishing. He's like, "This is a great day, darling."
Yeah, he's like catches a catfish, which was the funniest scene ever.
Catches a catfish that was obviously just dead.
Dad, yeah.
Like, poor thing. But I think before that, he's like, "Oh, did you see that big shark over there? Big shark,
big shark,
big shark, like 35 feet long."
which
And
we don't see as an
no one
audience.
sees it. There's no like cutaway shot of like a fin or like a ripple in the water.
Yeah.
It's just like he's sitting in the boat and he's like, "Oh, big shark," and she's like, "Stop it, you're joking." And then like that's what I thought. I thought, oh, he was just trying to freak her out. And like,
Yeah,
his
because you don't see anything. He barely sounds like he's like trying to be real too.
Yeah.
He's just like big shark,
Yeah.
big shark.
and then okay, it's like we didn't see anything, so it's like obviously his character's joking.
Yeah, you
That's
really
what I
think he's
thought, right?
joking. Yeah.
And then so they
They
go
back it up.
Yeah, and then they pack it up, they go home, and then he starts telling his buddies like, oh, I saw a big shark, I swear, big shark, 35 foot long, big one.
Yeah.
And then his buddies, his firefighter buddies, are like kind of like, oh well, you don't know, you're joking, like that's not real, that would never happen. That's in the Mississippi River.
Yeah, and like the fresh water.
Yeah, and then
why don't they believe me?
Yeah, no one believe me in this town. God, what happens after that? Like,
this is the thing with the movie is like this conversation about him saying big shark, people saying there can't be a big shark, goes on and on multiple times.
Yeah,
it's the same conversation. You didn't see a big shark. What'd you see, man? Big shark. Big what? Shark. I saw it.
Yeah.
You're joking. This was a big shark. It like never ends.
Yeah,
it's like holy fuck.
I think it literally just comes out of nowhere. Oh, sorry. So after it's like after their acceptance speech, I think this is also after. No, because they see the boxer.
I don't even remember that.
I'm trying to kind of piece it back together. No, this is how much this movie sucked, because like there's nothing memorable about it other than it being terrible. So they have their acceptance speech. They go on a night out on the town, getting piss ass wasted.
They drink so much booze in this movie.
Yeah, I kind of actually think that they were actually drunk. Like,
yeah,
I kind of fear that they're like,
for firemen, they live the most unhealthy lifestyle ever.
Yeah. So they go to night in the town. They see this guy beating the absolute crap out of some random guy. Turns out to be the one firefighter's friend, who's the boxer.
You're right.
And then he's like, "Oh man, what are you doing this for? Like, you're just a boxer. You're supposed to be blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then he leaves. The one guy catches up with him again at the bar. He's like, "Tim, you won't believe it. I was at this fight and I won. And then this big shark came and crushed the other guy out of the roof.
Like it comes and eats him out of nowhere.
And then the Tim guy, already being told by Patrick, Tommy's character, God, he's like, "Oh my God, maybe it is real." And then he goes, "Patrick, I think you're right. There is a big shark. I told you, big shark."
Yeah, big shark.
Yeah.
Big shark.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of how it gets on, I guess. And that's like your first sighting is like the big shark falling through the roof or something.
I don't know where it came from. It came like This is the thing too. Like the New Orleans is flooding, but it's only flooded in the scenes with the shark.
Yeah.
Like the water will run into Tommy Wiseau's legs, and they'll go run, big shark, and then they like run around the corner, and then there's no water or no shark.
Yeah. And like, this movie, since it's like so improvised, and I guess I can see why, because they're on like the streets of like New Orleans, trying to wing it, and like all this movie consists of is improvised lines, being drunk, and dancing and partying.
There's so much partying.
That's all it is. There's
like extended scenes of them playing beer pong.
Yeah,
that never end.
Every scene drags on for so long, and it's just they just drone on about the same thing, like constantly saying like, "Oh, what's the plan? What's the plan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the plan. We got the plan.
They never discuss a plan. Yeah,
it's just we're going all over the place right now, but that's how this movie feels
for sure.
It has no structure.
Yeah. Basically, Tommy Wiseau and his firefighter friends decide they're going to come up with a plan to kill the shark.
Yeah.
You as an audience don't know what the plan is, yet they're constantly saying, we got to stick to the plan.
Yeah. But what's the
plan? No one knows what the plan is.
The audience has no idea what the plan is.
It's so improvised, this movie, that you can see Tommy Wiseau saying stuff and the actors around him reacting to it and like trying to think of what to say. It's like, just cut it.
Yeah.
Or fucking like, I don't know, just do something. Imagine trying to, first off, everything Tommy Wiseau says, I can barely understand what he's saying because he's so fucked up. So trying to act along with him and like figuring out what he's saying. And it's like, I can just picture him making it. It's like, we need a plan for the movie. No plan. Audience knows. No plans needed. You know, it's like, fuck, we need a plan to know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
It has something to do with them getting scuba diving gear.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where they figure out where the shark's like home is in the water and they go scuba diving down to it to do nothing.
Yeah. So whenever they go scuba diving, they go down into like the lake or river in New Orleans, pick a couple things off some seaweed, and then go back. And they're like, "We know where Big Shark is now."
Yeah.
And you see a couple scenes where the shark
like coming up behind them,
comes up behind them, and
so
then it cuts.
Bad.
They're fine.
They
like,
don't even like know the shark's there.
Yeah. we know where Big Shark is now. We know. It's like all they did was pick some seaweed and look at a rock down under the water. I'm like, we're not joking.
And dude, that's the second time they go in the water.
Yeah.
The first time they go in the water, there's literally no explanation.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? They have to save the city for some reason because the FBI in the military can't get to New Orleans for no reason at all.
There's one scene kind of later in the movie when they're like, so they're about to go diving in the water, I think for the first time.
Yeah.
And then their captain shows up, their firefighter captain shows up, and he's like, boys, I support you in everything you're doing pretty much, and I wish you the best of luck. Unfortunately, the army cannot get here, so it's all up to you two to do this. And he's like, well, time is money. I got to get out of here.
That was the worst line.
That was the worst line.
Time is money. I got to go.
Oh, that's it.
See, my worry going to see this movie is that, like, again, we talked about this in the other podcast, is that the room is genuine. So I thought this was going to be Tommy Wiseau making his own Sharknado.
Yeah.
This is fucking 1,000 times worse than Sharknado.
Oh, yeah.
Like, visually, it's worse. Sharknado, at least, like, those movies are, like, paced and, like, pieced together properly.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has no, like, it looks like it was made on a weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't make that movie in one night.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
And like I always think back to like the scenes where they're literally on the streets of New Orleans, and you can see people in the background are like recording on their cell phones because they're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, who's this freak in the street?
Yeah, what is going on here today?
Yeah.
And they're literally just interacting with, I mean, they must have asked for permission for some of these people to be on camera because they're like street performers or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like tipping people in their jars, and they're just dancing around going, we're firefighters and we're successful. We got to kill a big shark. There's a big shark going around with crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And
I don't know why
that's all it is.
they take on the responsibility for killing the big shark. Like, no one else is trying in the city.
No one. Not even the cops. The cops apparently of New Orleans don't even care.
No.
It's just two firefighters.
Yeah. They have a friend named Georgie who's the other firefighter, and he's like always getting pissed drunk. And he's like, they decide they need to put a tracker in the shark to figure out where the shark's going. So they go back to the beach to scuba dive and do that.
Yeah.
They put the tracker in it. The shark fucking eats Georgie. Tommy goes, Georgie, no.
Dude, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a really good impression.
Thank you. The entire that happens in like 5 minutes. He does that, sitting there like slumped over on the beach. It's like, so Georgie is dead. They build a little shrine for him on the beach or whatever. They gotta avenge Georgie, and they gotta try to blow up the shark.
Yeah. So, actually, before that, because they go get the pig,
Yeah.
right? Which we should talk about that scene because that was like pretty crazy.
Yeah. When do they use the pigs?
At the end.
At the end.
At the end.
Yeah. So do they already have the tracker in the shark at that point?
No. So there's a scene where they're talking about this plan. They're like, we need dynamite and pigs.
Yeah.
And I think something else, a boat or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Tommy Wiseau's uncle's boat.
Yeah.
That's like barely
We never
talked about.
see.
Yeah. Maybe that's when he took her out fishing then.
Oh, I guess that's it. So they're like, we need these things to kill the shark. And so they go to this pig farm. I feel like this was probably the most disturbing scene. Like,
It was genuinely disturbing.
So they go to this pig farm and they talk to this guy smoking some meat. They're like, we need a couple pig for big shark. You guys are the ones from the town from New Orleans with the big shark, eh?
Yeah, seen you on the news trying to kill that
Yes,
shark.
I seen you on the news. You guys are real heroes, man. Yeah, I got a couple pigs in the back for you. You can go ahead and pick out the ones you want.
Yeah.
And like they go into this pig pen, and these are like real pigs, like screaming.
Yeah.
Like they're
like
they're scared shitless.
Oh yeah, imagine
Right?
Tommy Wiseau chasing you around.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. So they're like, it shows the three actors like trying to wrangle up these pigs, and the pigs are like screaming like bloody
They're like
murder.
tackling the pigs and
They're like tackling the pigs and like throwing them in the truck.
felt like I was
You're not-
watching Cannibal Holocaust again or
That's what
something.
it sounded like.
Fuck.
And it's like the audio was just so loud, and I was like, yeah,
And they're like fully just filming themselves tackling these pigs.
tackling these pigs. Yeah,
It had the only good shot in the movie again though, because it's like a bird's eye view
bird's eye view.
of
Like
like the pig pen, and they're like fighting the pigs.
just like a drone shot. Yeah,
Definitely animal abuse to the max though.
yeah.
Like, it was kind of shot. Everyone in the audience is like, "Ooh!"
I think that was like
The fuck?
that got everyone to shut up. I
It
think.
did. Everyone was like, "This is not good."
Yeah, and the funniest shot. So when they put the pigs in because they go to get pigs and pig blood,
Yeah, so they got real pigs. And
Real
then they
pigs.
go to a butcher who just says, I already got pigs killed in the back.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll release the other ones or whatever.
Yeah. So they hop in their truck with these pigs, and then the funniest shot, it shows them in the cab of the truck, and then it just pans super quick, and he's like, "You forgot your blood!"
Yeah, you
and then
got
he
your blood.
puts 2 giant buckets of blood in the truck. It was the funniest like transition I've ever seen.
It was genuinely good.
That
And like the
was
guy's
hilarious.
acting was hilarious. Like he kind of looks at the camera and he's
Yeah.
like, "You forgot your blood."
yeah,
He kind of looked like Maddie Matheson, or whoever that chef is.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. He
that
kind
guy?
of did. Yeah,
The other funny scene with the pigs too is like, yeah, they decide that they can just get killed pigs already, even though
Yeah.
they have the real pigs in the thing. So they take like this disturbing dead pig, and they just throw it in the back of the truck with all the alive pigs, and you just hear all the alive pigs go, like start
Yeah.
freaking out.
yeah.
It's like everyone in the audience heard someone go, "Oh my god, it's disturbing." They just like throw their dead.
No, it's okay.
They just like throw the pig's like dead family in with them.
Yeah, like that was like pretty crazy.
It was
of a
pretty
scene.
crazy. Yeah, the effects in this movie of the shark are shockingly bad. It's not Sharknado level. It's worse. It's, I don't even know how to explain it. Just the most bizarre effects ever. Like they filmed this movie of just them in the streets yelling that they're firefighters. No joking. And then occasionally superimposed a shark going through the frame
Yeah,
in like eating someone on the street.
yeah.
Dude, it never feels like the city's flooded. It never feels like there's any danger anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's shockingly bad. Like I'm being stolen from. Like paying for this movie is. You didn't give me a movie.
No, it was just like a
Like
bunch
you
of
stole my money. You like me. That'd be me. Like me and you getting together and filming ourselves in this room for an hour and a half, and then premiering it, and then making everyone pay to come see it. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh yeah, we didn't even give you a movie though. We just took all your money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, fuck. You gotta at least give us something, man.
Yeah.
Greg Sestero like introduced the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and someone's like, "Are you proud of this movie?" And what did he say?
He said,
Kind of like took a second.
well, I don't want to spoil anything, so yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So which means he didn't want to spoil how god awful it is.
Uh-huh.
And then he also said, "All right, so we'll start the movie, and if you're bored, I'll be hanging around for about 20 minutes. So come say hi." Like during the movie, so he knows it's like he knows how boring it is.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, that was the warning right there.
Yeah.
The first one was not saying if you were proud of this movie or not, because if you said no, then you'd be like, "Oh, well then that's not a good sign."
For sure.
Right?
Like I expected bad, but like again,
Oh, not this bad.
no. It's like I was
This
telling
was
you, I've
terrible.
seen episodes of his sitcom Neighbors, and it's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's people standing in a room for 20 minutes saying random things, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
it's rough. It feels Neighbors feels a little more seedy than this movie, because this movie doesn't have like girls in bikinis the whole time.
Yeah.
But still, like the actresses they pick, and just like the fact that that's supposed to be Tommy's wife. Just imagine how, I don't know. Did they kiss in the movie?
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
she maybe kisses him on the cheek or something.
Yeah. Oof.
I think,
Fuck, even
or he
that's too
kisses
much.
her on the cheek.
Oof.
That must have been in her agreement. Be
See,
like, I'm
yeah.
gonna play in this movie, but I got some standards. here."
Yeah.
I see now, like Lisa was treated in the room.
yeah,
I don't want that.
And like they also, Greg was saying they cast this movie by Tommy inviting, like doing like a big casting call,
Yeah.
and the address was just a street corner,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, I don't know if I want to do it here, and he's like, if you're gonna be in the movie, you know, you got to be able to act like right here in the middle of the street, 'cause that's
Yeah.
where we're gonna be doing it,
Yeah.
and streets that we don't really have permission to film on, you know. So it's like,
And that's
fuck,
why-
how can you do that? Like, what?
Yeah.
Isn't there some kind of like thing you like kind of
You probably need permits and stuff. Like,
yeah, and like isn't there like at least a baseline on how you have to like do casting calls and everything? Like shouldn't it be at least like official, you know?
I guess not for Tommy.
Yeah, it's like
Anything goes with Tommy Wiseau.
yeah. It's like I heard when he would cast a room, people would show up and he goes, "You just want $1 million." And that's all he'd say.
You just want.
You just want $1 million. And then people would be like, what? So what he's expecting you to do is go, yay, yay, you know, like start acting. But he wouldn't tell them that. He would just meet them outside. You just want $1 million. Stare at them. If they wouldn't do anything, then just walk back inside. It's like, you got to tell people
What
like,
a
what the
hard
fuck's
ass.
going on. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
You want to be in the Tommy movie, you got to have the goods, man. You got to know what you're
Wow.
doing. You got to be professional, you know?
Be
It's
real American actor.
Yeah, real American actor. Yeah. So it's like, just fuck. Again, I would act in Big Shark just to say I was on the set with Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably what most of it was. You see a casting call for a Tommy Wiseau movie, and it's like, oh, fuck yeah, I got.
And maybe some of these people were trying to genuinely act, because now this is on their resume, and this is probably not a movie you want on your resume, because like, if you're trying to like get other acting gigs, you'd be like, oh, what have you acted in recently? Well, most recently was Big Shark. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah, you're Georgie. Ooh,
Yikes, suck, man! I hated you when I watched that movie.
Yeah. And oh god, yeah. I feel like some of them were trying to I think the Tim guy, he was probably trying to
Is that
like,
the friend, like the best friend of Tommy, who's trying
Yeah.
to kill the shark?
Yeah, I think he was probably like trying to kind of salvage something out of his role.
Out of his
probably.
role, yeah.
There's nothing. You can salvage nothing out of this movie.
No.
But he's probably trying to salvage his own way, because I feel like he was. If anyone was like the best actor in this movie, it might have been him.
I think he's probably the best one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he was trying his best. Georgie, Tommy, no way. Jose.
Tommy looks like he doesn't even know where he is half the time.
Yeah, he looks very clueless. There's the one scene where they do finally blow up the shark, and Tommy like stands up in the boat in the water, and it's like it looks like he's gonna fall over. Like he had no concept of balance. Like he had like shaky legs, and it's like, oh, he's gonna fall in the water.
Oh yeah.
And, like, yeah.
We should just go over the final scene where they blow up the shark and how they do that.
Yeah, so so they put out a little dinghy, throw the pig carcass in there, throw some blood all over it.
Yeah, that is the craziest scene. There's like a pig carcass floating in a dinghy, and it's real.
Yeah.
There's like a explosive dynamite in it.
Yeah.
And then as the pig's floating away, you just see like off screen blood being thrown all over the pig.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Okay, throw the blood on there.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus.
So yeah, then they push it out there.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, big shark coming, get ready to detonate.
Yeah.
And then it's like not working. Like
Yeah,
they're pressing the button. They're like, oh no, it's not all right setting. And so Tim has to like swim out there and like realign the pins or something.
Yeah, like skid the dynamite to work or something.
So he gets it to work, and then the dynamite blows up.
Yeah.
And it kills the shark.
Yeah.
Guts go everywhere, and you're like, oh, Tim's dead.
Yeah.
But he comes flying out of nowhere.
Flying out off screen.
Yeah, he comes flying out of nowhere, lands in the water, and then he's alive. And then you thought, when Georgie died, when he got eaten by the shark, that he was still going to be alive. I was like, ooh, that's not a bad guess.
I thought when the shark blew up, I literally thought what happened with Tim was going to happen with Georgie, where he was going to come flying out of the sky, like into their thing.
Yeah.
Like I could just imagine them, the three of them partying in the boat.
Yeah.
Like I can picture that.
Yeah. Because so they blow up the shark, and then I think it literally is just a giant party at the end. They're on like the streets of New Orleans with like all these random people, and
There's a band.
There's like a band and everything, and they're like trying to do like some sort of like parade. I think that's what they're trying to get across.
Yeah, there's like a marching band behind Tommy and Tim.
And they're like, we did it.
And the marching band is playing this Big Shark song.
Yeah.
We did it. Oh, that was the worst. And it went on forever.
Yeah, it was the longest outro I've ever seen.
Oh, it was like some, very New Orleans type of vibe, like the marching band and everything. And like, Tommy does some wild singing in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
What's his girlfriend's name again?
Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia. He does that constantly. What's the other song they sing?
Oh, it's like something. Hold on.
Some like Cowboy and Stars and shit.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and pull it up really quick. It was really bad. Like that scene. Talk about dragging on. That was one that dragged on literally forever. I think it's in some of these quotes for people that reviewed it.
Like with The Room, I feel like Tommy Wiseau, I can picture him being a tyrant on set and wanting everything to be perfect. With Big Shark, I don't think he cared or tried.
Here's how it goes. Here's the lyrics for the song that Tim and Tommy's character
Patrick.
sing. Yeah, Patrick. Tim and Patrick sing. It goes, cowboys don't cry.
Oh yeah.
Heroes don't die. They just sparkle in the sky, so I won't cry.
Cowboys don't cry. Heroes don't die.
They just sparkle in the sky, so I won't cry.
And then they go again.
One more time
Cowboys don't cry.
for Georgie.
Yeah, for Georgie. Cowboys don't cry.
Yeah.
There was one scene where I was laughing a bit throughout the movie. You know, we will go into the theater experience before because we talked about the guy that was really loud in the last podcast behind us.
Yeah.
There was a point in the thing, so the guy behind me is being really loud. This theater feels like chaos. The kids in front of me are hating the guy behind me, so they're mocking him and yelling at him. I look to my left where Jess is sitting. There's some old lady, like, with her head back, just completely passed out, snoring.
She was knocked out.
I was like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah. I think you said specifically, you're like, what is happening right now?
I was like, what is happening? I heard the kids in front of me, they were like, we got this guy behind us. This lady's asleep. And I'm like, welcome to chaos, baby. You know, it was just like the whole theater experience. I'm like, this is horrible. I feel like I'm in a dirty room.
Yeah.
Like,
And not to mention, before the movie even started, so after the room, and we sat down for Big Shark again, there was like some guy who was sitting pretty much in front of where we were sitting beforehand, who was wasted.
I
Remember that
forgot
guy?
about him.
Dude, he was beyond plastered. And I think that's maybe a bad omen because in this movie there's nonstop drinking.
That's true.
So like it's like, ooh.
This kid was like
God.
so drunk that
He said something, he's like, oh, do you want to go out for a smoke? And then he's like leaning back and he almost pulled a Kramer and fell like ass over tit.
like his like literally stood up and fucking was gonna literally face plant over the seats. It was and then he walks falling over, puts on his coat, can't get it on.
Sorry, yeah, he's trying to put on his coat and he's putting on totally wrong. Like
Yeah.
upside down or something.
And then he walks out of the theater, barely getting there, and then never to be seen again. And then later in the movie I turn around, he's still there.
He's in the back.
And I didn't tell you I was driving out of the parking lot after the movie.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you have to kind of go up the ramp of the parking lot
Yeah.
to go out. The fucking drunk kid walks right in front of my car as I'm coming out. So I stop and I pull back. Then he's like, go. And I'm like, no, you go first. I go because he's like, just go. I go. He goes, oh, stumbles in front of the car again. And then I'm like, do you want to ride home?
Oh,
and then he's
God.
like, I know. I'm glad he didn't say yes because he would have puked all over the car. But I felt bad because he was like so trashed. And he's
Yeah.
like, nah, my brother's going to pick me up, man. And I'm like, all right, have a good night. And he's like, you too. I'm just like, oh, you're not getting home tonight, man. You're like,
Dude.
you're so fucked up. You're also alone. Why are you so fucked up alone?
Yeah, why are you going to see The Room and Big Shark completely wasted?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you have to be to watch these movies. Never tried it. But like it was beyond wasted. Like I've never been that drunk. And that was like
No, I don't know if I've ever been
that's
that
the
drunk
definition of being drunk. Like he could
That was
not
like-
walk a straight line.
Oh, for sure. That was like, yeah, plastered to the max.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to be at the theater?
So it was in like that was
Like, ooh, I can picture the feeling. It's just
Yeah.
like, God damn.
it was just like one thing after another. So he's drunk before the movie even starts. Then the movie starts. Sorry. The one of the workers of the Highland comes out and he's like, yep, this is Big Shark. You know, it's not like The Room. Please be respectful. It's the first screening. So enjoy the movie, but yeah, please be respectful. And as soon as like maybe the opening title credits start going, it's like the guy behind us was like screaming his head off, that's a big shark, big shark, big shark.
The whole
and he's
movie.
just the whole movie. He would not shut up. And
Brutal.
I agree. It's not like The Room because there shouldn't be call outs for this movie.
No, because no one's seen it yet.
No one's seen it yet. So this guy who was trying his hardest to be like the comedian of the year was going, big shark, whoa, that's a big shark, whoa.
I fucking just,
water.
I want to punch him in the face
Like,
right now.
Yeah, he was going on, and that was nonstop. It was just like you said, pure chaos.
It was pure chaos.
like people were laughing, and like that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be for. You're supposed to be laughing.
yeah,
and, like,
laughing and reacting was like that. Would have been more fun.
reacting is fine, but like if you're constantly going big shark, like if anything, that would probably have been like a time to be like, dude, shut
I should
up.
have done it.
Shut up
know.
right now. Like just watch the movie for what it is.
Yeah, and if you say something every 10 minutes, that's okay. This was every, and I'm not even exaggerating, 5-10 seconds
Oh, yeah.
for the entire runtime of the movie.
Yeah.
So think of an hour and 40 minutes of Big Shark already is hell on earth.
Yeah.
Then you have this guy literally every 5 seconds saying Big
Yeah.
Shark.
That was painful.
It was painful, dude.
And luckily there weren't as many people as what was in the room, so like that's kind of a bonus already because then that's less people calling out the movie,
for sure.
right? You just had to deal with this idiot.
Yeah. Again, I only didn't care because I wasn't trying to hear the movie because you don't need to hear the movie because they're saying nothing.
Yeah, literally.
It's just them partying and Not even anything. There was one funny scene where I was genuinely laughing really hard because Tommy's going to kill the big shark. He's decided that him and his friend Tim are going to go kill the big shark. And his girlfriend doesn't want him to go because he'll die. So she's basically throwing all of his shit out of the house and like kicking him out of the house. And there's a bird's eye shot of like her. Tommy starts throwing a hitsy fit. He's like, why? No, what's her name?
Sophia.
No, Sophia, no, why?
Yeah.
And then there's a bird's eye view and he's like jumping. Oh, fuck. I just hit my head on the ceiling. He's jumping up and down on a bird's eye view and it looks like he's like going like 5 feet off the ground. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like a genuinely hilarious scene.
It was a 5-year-old's temper tantrum.
5-year-old
They-
temper
they- their
tantrum.
toy
Jumping
taken
up
away-
and down because he's
Why are
angry.
you taking that away from me?
So then they decide that if he's back, if he's back by 10 at night, he won't. I think
I think when he's dreaming.
when he's dreaming. Then they decide that if he's back at 10, she'll stay with him.
Yeah.
That's never brought up again. He
No.
doesn't try to get home by 10. He
Oh,
never
he's-
goes back home ever
He's
again.
out way past 10.
He just never goes back home. They're like in the car the rest of the time.
Yeah. They pick out so the one of the weirdest scenes I like it was just like it had no point to it again. The big shark's like attacking. They're in one guy's Jeep and they pick up this random kid. He was like, "Help me, the big shark is whatever around the corner or something." They pick him up and they start driving off. They're like, "Come on, drive faster, drive faster." And it's the most anticlimactic chase scene ever. From above you see like the car driving and like this weird CGI shark like swimming behind them. Then the kid takes like the shotgun out of the back of the car and starts shooting at the shark.
Yeah.
And then Tim gets pissed. He's like, "Don't shoot at it."
Yeah, using my gun. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Probably because like they're driving around New Orleans and then showing a shotgun in the car.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna get pulled over.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Then they just drop the
God.
kid off.
They just drop the kid off at his house so nonchalantly.
And I thought it was a setup for a scene. So the kid's like standing outside the car with his hand on the doors and he's going, "Wow, guys, you saved my life."
Yeah.
Some character you don't even know. "Oh, thank you so much." And then I thought the shark was going to go
Yeah.
and take him out. It just doesn't happen. They
Yeah.
just
They just
drive away.
Drop some kid off.
It's like, what was the point? Get the kid to eat. Then Tommy goes, blood hits his face and they
Yeah.
drive away again.
yeah.
It's just like, holy God.
Yeah. It was such a rough movie. Like I said, I feel like I had a headache after it because it was just like, it was so much going on at once. It was like just overload of like senses.
It was,
You're being
yeah.
flashed in the face by this screen, being like epileptic seizure,
Strobe
and
partying scenes. Sorry, I'm yawning.
strobe party scenes, and then you got some asshole behind you screaming in your ear, and you got some lady in front of you snoring, some drunk guys stumbling all over the place.
Yeah, kids in front of me, like they were fine because they were
fine.
right.
I think they were like the same as us. They're like, what the hell?
Yeah, they
is
started going
on?
because the guy sounded like big shark, big shark. So
Yeah.
they started going big shark, big shark.
Yeah,
And I'm like, the guy and the guy and his wife and his friend aren't cluing in that they're being made fun of right
Yeah.
now. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Again, if this guy hears it, fuck you. Like, it's,
Yeah, I know. I agree.
It was.
I was hoping someone was going to go tell someone at the island and be like, this guy is screaming the whole time. Can you tell him to shut up? Like, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Again, I just didn't care though because the movie was so shitty. Like, I cared. I was, again, yeah. I wouldn't say I was boiling with anger because it was just like, it's a shit movie anyways.
Yeah.
But it would, again, the
It's
room would have been
expensive,
better.
though. Expensive to see this
Oh,
movie.
yeah. How much did we pay in total for the 2 tickets to the
Oh,
room?
God.
It's like $25 to see the room. This is like $17 for Big Shark.
It was something like that.
I think it was $17.
pretty
That's
damn
fucked
expensive.
up.
And like, I get it. You're probably never going to see this movie again. Like, it's not a wide release.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess you pay a premium to see this movie.
Mhm.
Like, it's one and only time.
Dude, now I'm just calculating how much money I spent that night on that shit.
Yeah.
So $25 for Big Shark, $40 for a t-shirt. So I'm at 50, 65 already.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Then
25 for the room and then 17 for Big Shark. So that's like, I don't know.
Drink.
Drinks, popcorn.
Did you get popcorn?
I got it for Big Shark.
Did you? Oh, I didn't know.
So I'm spending up towards $100 that night.
Whew, that's expensive. We got to meet Greg Sestero though. So
It was worth it.
That's
It was definitely
like
worth it. That
half
was-
of it right there.
Yeah, for sure.
In hindsight, I'll always look at it that way.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
got to meet Greg Sestero.
For sure.
We got
And
we got a picture with him.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely like, I don't regret the night. It was definitely a lot of fun. And I definitely
Yeah.
laughed a lot the whole night.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the most fucked up movie theater experience I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I would definitely say so. For Big Shark.
Yeah.
Because the room was expected. Big Shark, I did not expect that. It felt like it just felt wrong. felt wrong.
I didn't know what to expect, like, with this movie, but this exceeded my expectations in a bad way.
In a bad way, same.
In a bad way. I was like, okay, I knew it was gonna be bad, but like this is like,
yeah. I was expecting a
Unbelievably.
movie at least, like with a script
Yeah.
and like plot points and a big fight at the end.
yeah,
And so I was expecting like, because I read the plot and it was Tommy Wiseau's a firefighter who has to fight off a big shark.
yeah.
I'm like, that sounds sick. Like it just sounds like, all right, I
Running
can
around
picture
with
the
a
beats
fire
of the
axe or
story.
something.
Yeah, and I can picture it. But no, they just
Yeah.
don't make a movie.
Yeah,
They make people talking and insert a shark now and then.
yeah. That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like if you could take that movie and it's like try and make it into something at least with a story. It's like take it out of friggin' New Orleans. Like just show it like in the water.
yeah, why not
or
just film
something.
on the ocean?
Yeah.
Or like buying it, like, I don't
In
know.
the,
like, I
near
guess.
the lake or something. Like you can get away with it. But like
Or don't make it big shark in water in New Orleans. Like, they have like tornado shark now. Just make it like they have ghost shark. Just make the shark.
Like
It doesn't need to be in
zombie
water
shark or
or
something?
anything.
I
Who
don't know.
cares? You know what I mean? Like then you got to do the stupid effects of the city flooding. And
Yeah,
that
terrible.
they don't even bother with. So
But
it's
it's funny because like in those scenes where like there's a shark like flailing around or there's water flooding CGI water flooding the streets, everyone else in the background, because they're just regular civilians, like
Yeah.
they don't have an idea that this movie is going
they
on.
don't even know they're in this movie.
They don't even know they're in this movie. They're just walking about like it's a normal day. They're shopping. And then all of a sudden this shark comes out of nowhere and like no one's freaking
You're
out.
right. There is a lot of
There's
that.
a lot of scenes like that.
There is,
Like it,
which is shocking.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Why put it in the most busy place in the world? You know,
Yeah.
if you're not even gonna. They're filming like summertime. I'm sure it's so busy in New Orleans at
Yeah.
that time.
And I think the one scene where they first get flooded with where the water hits their feet, they're like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
Yeah, yeah,
And then they like walk around the corner, like, "Okay, let's go to bar."
yeah. Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I don't
And
know.
they go to the bar, play pool.
yeah,
drink
play some
beer.
pool. Yeah, and one scene that made no sense because like just before they go, they're like, "All right, we're gonna go kill Big Shark," and then right after they say that, they go and play beer pong,
Yeah, I know.
which
I
is
know.
like,
They constantly
what?
do that. They go, "We're gonna go kill shark," and then they go do something else.
Yeah,
Then they go, "Oh yeah, the plan." Yay, the plan. And
Yeah.
then they go to another bar.
I'm telling you, I think Tommy must have edited this thing because like it literally made no sense.
I wonder if Tommy even knows how to use a computer.
Oh god, I don't think so.
I mean, the man has run his own businesses and shit. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Again, I think sadly, like I think Tommy Wiseau's awesome as just a figure, but the room was lightning in a bottle, and now everything's too aware.
like
It just can't happen again unless he tried to make a real movie.
Yeah,
Like someone should give Tommy Wiseau $50 million and say,
Oh,
write and make a blockbuster movie.
yeah,
That's what I want to see.
yeah.
Like this isn't what I want to see.
Yeah.
This was made for what? I'd be shocked if it cost them 30 grand. I'd be shocked.
30 grand, you think?
What would they pay for? Like scuba diving equipment? They kept showing the logo though, so I feel like it was like
Yeah,
probably got that for free.
maybe there was like a local
Yeah.
scuba diving place that supplied it. But there's one scene where you do see the cameraman's shadow.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Did you say anything to me
his
about that?
No, it's his shadow or it's his reflection.
Oh, honestly, I'm not shocked.
It's when they're it's in the very beginning when they're partying on the street in the car and they find the boxer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the guy had his camera on a gimbal and you can see his shadow. I think it's his shadow from the street light, and it's casting down right in front of the car, and you can see him walking towards the car. It's like, oh my god, dude, come on.
I'm having PTSD to that night. Like
Yeah.
that sounds like hell. Sitting there watching that movie.
Yeah, and that's a lot because the room was an hour and 40. The Big Shark was
Wasn't it something similar?
Big Shark was. I
wanna
think
say
about
it was
an
like-
hour and 40 as well.
Yeah, I want to say it was like an hour and 40.
hour and 45.
God,
So that's
dude, literally when we're saying nothing happens in it, I'm not like we say that about every movie, but this one, come on,
yeah. That's what 3.5 hours of shit.
of shit.
Like that's terrible.
That's brutal, and it cost money.
It did.
Which, friggin' hell. I mean, Big Shark, like, The Room is great. I'd pay money to see The Room.
Yeah. If Big Shark came back to London, would you go see it?
No, unless, like, someone wanted to see it who hadn't seen it, and it wasn't $17, and that guy wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, again, that guy ruined. If he wasn't there, the theater experience would have been fine.
I feel like it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better. Like, that guy doesn't know he single-handedly ruined my night. Like, what the hell? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he ruined lots of people's night. Like, I can't believe it. No one said anything.
Yeah.
Shocks me. It's one of those things where it's like you find out, like, it's like a classic thing where you see someone who's been stabbed on the street and you don't call the cops because you assume someone else is going to call the cops. And then no one ends up calling the cops and the person just dies. It's the same thing where it's like everyone assumes someone else is going to say something. So no one says anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's just like, so the guy just gets to do his thing, be annoying, think he's hilarious the whole time.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
Yeah. His existence in his own body defined as his punishment, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. I mean,
it was a jumbled mess.
God, please, Tommy, trying to make a movie.
Try, yeah. I mean, like, The Room is more enjoyable because, well, I think he actually wrote a script for that.
Yeah.
Right? There's, like, actual dialogue, even though it doesn't make sense. There's a structure. It's probably the weakest structure ever.
Yeah.
But, like, it's there. So it's like...
Oh, for sure. No, it's like a real movie.
It's a real American movie.
I saw Greg Sestero, which I didn't notice while I was there. He was selling the script. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah, he had, like, I saw a picture in the Highland. He has, like,
No way.
the script there. It's like, I should have bought a script and gone to sign the goddamn script.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would have been awesome.
Damn.
I know, I didn't buy the
next
script.
time. Maybe next time.
Maybe we should just walk into the Highland, buy the script, and then leave.
Oh, hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, doggy. Yep, that's me.
Come here. No, she's not interested.
But that would have been nice to buy.
That
But
would've been
Big
cool.
Shark doesn't have a script.
No,
Doesn't have a script.
Yeah, you're not going to see him next
There's
time.
no such thing as a script for Big Shark.
Be like, Greg, I noticed you were selling the Room script last time you were in London. Do you have the Big Shark script? Be like, what?
Right, got this napkin right here. Yeah,
This is all the script is.
Yeah. Again, like, I just feel like Tommy at this point, it's like he knows whatever he makes, people will go see it. So why bother?
Yeah.
But man, I don't know.
I would be interested too, like what you said, is if he was given a budget and said, go
someone has to do that.
Make a movie, write a script. That's the biggest
Totally.
thing.
Yeah. If we're going to make this, I need to see a script in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it is. You
Yeah.
just need to write a script.
Yeah. You can say, Tommy, you can write, direct, and act in your movie.
Yeah.
But
We need a script.
We need a script.
And like, man, the bonkers shit he would come up with. Like, I know in The Room he wanted it to end with, which is, I'm so glad it didn't end that way, which is Johnny driving away in a flying car and he was going to be a vampire.
What?
I know. So it's like, imagine the weird shit he would come up with.
Jeez.
Yeah, imagine if it ended like that. Like he's a vampire all of a sudden.
No sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad The Room didn't end that way. But Johnny was supposed to be a vampire. But yeah, it's like, yeah, if he tried to make a real movie, it'd be funny. And it would come out proper in the way that The Room came out, Give him false hope, be like, it's going to go up for an Oscar,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both yawning. It's just because we
this
we
movie-
did a podcast show, we watched a movie, and then we do another one. And
Yeah.
Christ.
we're kind of preparing for our Christmas sort of movie podcast.
Yeah,
so we
definitely.
won't like spoil too much about that. So that's probably why we're tired.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, talking about 3 bad movies.
Yeah, I know. We'll
2
have
bad
to.
movies,
Well,
and
Dylan,
then watching a bad movie.
I have the Blu-ray of Let the Evil In, or whatever the hell it's called. Where Evil Works.
Okay, you
So
have
we'll-
a DVD of it.
Yeah, Blu-ray. Dylan bought one and I borrowed it from him. So we'll do that after
Nice.
Christmas.
Yeah, that'll make more sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Ring in the new year with a horror.
Nice. Yeah, horror. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, New Year's podcast. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a New Year's movie.
Jeez. Trying to think of movies where they count down to New Year's. Doesn't like I know there's like horror movies called like New Year's Evil.
That works.
Yeah. Just do that. But yeah, don't watch Big Shark.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's painful. You won't find it funny or endearing.
Yeah.
I would say skip to the part where Tommy's throwing the a temper tantrum.
Yeah, that's it.
'Cause
That's
that
all you
was
need
hilarious. Yeah, that's all you need to watch.
to watch. Yeah.
And maybe the scene with the pigs.
Yeah, you forgot your blood.
Yeah, and the ending. Watch the ending with the pig in the raft, because that was kind of bizarre.
There's 3 moments.
There's
in
3
this movie.
moments. Yeah,
That's all.
that's all you need to see. And check out the really good-looking scene of the house burning down at the beginning.
Yeah. So 4 moments.
Yeah, I had such hopes for the movie at that point.
Yeah.
A house burning down, Tommy saving children. Like, come on, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be a badass fireman who's like, in charge of everyone, but then it just turns into some weird fucking slimy,
Yeah.
sleazy garbage. So
God, terrible. Well,
can't believe we even talked about that for
50 minutes.
Jesus, how did we do that?
I don't know. Time flies when you're talking about garbage.
I feel like we talked about so much garbage lately.
Yeah, we got to get a good movie
Okay,
in soon.
we'll have to go
so-
back to like the roots of our podcast, which is a normal movie,
Normal movies.
like something that looks interesting.
We'll blind pick something. We'll get through like some of these. I think we're picking out like kind of bad Christmas movies.
I know, but that's
Well,
fine though.
This will be it. So we'll do we got this one. We got the bad Christmas movies. Well, maybe not bad Christmas movies. Maybe just Hallmark movies, which I guess that's code for bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Just Christmas movies, but
yeah.
yeah, they're all gonna be the same. And then we'll get back on track with blind buys.
Yeah, we could do like a 3 Christmas movie thing, one from different studios. So the one that we just watched, won't say what it was.
Yeah.
One from
True.
Hallmark, one from Tubi,
Oh,
and
God.
see who does it best.
Oh God, that's pretty good actually.
Okay, so we should do that. Yeah. the triple Christmas shit fest. I
Yeah.
don't know what we'll call it. Who knows what we'll call it? But
Yeah, that'll be our Christmas gift to you guys.
yeah, for sure. We got some of the special plans for Christmas podcast. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we do.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, keep in touch with our socials. I guess that's
Yeah,
where we
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
update things and post a lot of things. So whenever we upload something to Spotify
Yeah,
or YouTube as well, like that's where we'll kind of post it. So
Mhm.
yeah, follow us on there. And so Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. Those are like our 3 socials.
for sure.
I guess.
Yeah,
Spotify usually comes first. We're kind of working on getting our workload up with the YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, we're definitely catching up.
Trying to catch up
yeah.
and keep a consistent sort of base. We got kind of behind a little bit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got lots of things planned. And
Yeah.
of course, always comments and suggestions and feedback, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you tired of hearing me say nothing happened in this movie?
I'm going to make that a soundbite next time.
You should. Yeah.
I'm going to make that. What else? Oh, no, I got the...
Leave your stupid comments in your pocket.
yeah.
I love the sound bites. How many sounds can you get on there
I can
again?
get 4.
That's
I found maybe a trick. I can plug my phone into this and just press play off my phone.
really.
as well, 'cause
and
that
we
would just
hear it in our
yeah,
headphones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm sure you can download some like stupid soundboard app.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
That would work.
Oh man, we need all the sounds.
We need lots. Okay, well, that was Big Shark and us complaining. Yeah, look forward to more stuff coming out soon, I guess.
For sure.
Well,
Bye, Shark.
that was a big podcast.
Big podcast. Big podcast. Big podcast.